I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and this is the new T6.2 Ford Ranger Wildtrak. Following up from my video the other night explaining all of the differences in the T6.2 Ford Ranger, I've now got my hands on this one. The number plate might say Ranger prototype, but this is very much a late stage prototype. Designed and developed here in Australia for Australians, built in Thailand though, the T6.2 Ranger is basically designed to last Ford for sort of the next 8 years or so. So what you see here is going to be the foundation of this brand's mid-size pickup approach for the best part of the 2020s. Now, there's some interesting strategies going on under the bonnet, and in order to explain what's happening there, I'm going to have a chat with Ford's absolute subject matter expert on this subject about the diesel V6 that's been integrated for the T6.2 Ranger. I had a great opportunity to speak with Pritika Maharaj, the platform and powertrain manager for the new Ranger, about the new V6 power stroke diesel engine expected to produce 190 kilowatts of power and 600 Newton meters of torque. So Pritika, what we're seeing in the comments from the videos we've done on this car so far is that the fan favorite feature seems to be the decision to include a V6 diesel. Why have you done it? Why is now the right time to be giving Ranger a V6?
Well, a lot of our customers said they wanted more power and more torque, and the 3-litre V6 will not disappoint. When you get into the next gen Ranger with the 3-litre V6, you'll really feel the power, torque, effortless acceleration. It'll feel both tough and refined at the same time.
And I bet it sounds pretty good too.
It sounds awesome.
So there you have it. According to Ford, when the Ranger V6 diesel launches in Australia, they think it'll stand in a class of its own. Keep in mind though, the next generation Volkswagen Amarok that is based on this new Ranger will also score the V6 engine. So a diesel V6 will be available in high specification T6.2 Rangers. There'll also be a 2-litre turbo diesel with a single turbo or the familiar bi-turbo carrying across to this new shape. And it is a new shape, isn't it? I think there's no avoiding the fact that this is a much bolder, more muscular, more aggressive looking ute than what came before. The old T6.1 was not an unattractive vehicle, it's just that this one has absolute presence. Now this is a Wildtrak. We have this really nice dark gloss grille here with an H support in it, kind of reminiscent of a Ford F-150. We've also got these C-shaped lamps here, LED on high specification cars. But as you can see, I'm 6 foot. Look how tall the bonnet is. Look how huge the stance is on this car. The wheels have been brought 50 millimeters forward and the front overhang is now really short. So there's this absolute sort of sensation of the aggression in the car. I mean, if this all sounds like marketing speak, that's understandable, but when you're actually here taking it in person, it feels considerably bigger than the car it replaces, even though dimensionally it's really not that different. One major change though is that the track of this vehicle is wider. It's 50 mil wider as a whole, and you can get a pallet in between the arches. I know how much you guys love me mentioning that fact. Now, as we move down the side of the Ranger, we see this functional side vent here, very important. But even though when I first saw the design of this new T6.2, I thought the doors carried over, but in fact, they actually don't. And if you compare an image of the two vehicles side by side, you can actually see that the door skins are really quite different on this car. Now, we're not able to access the interior of this late stage prototype. I can throw in a whole bunch of B-roll here, but one thing I can tell you, just touching the top of this door, is this vehicle now has soft touch interior trim, which I think reflects the fact that this is as much a lifestyle vehicle on high specification variants as a rough and ready workhorse at the entry level. Of course, the dominant feature of the interior is the 12-inch vertical touchscreen, which is sort of reminiscent of what Ford's putting into their American market vehicles, but I actually think the integration is a lot better on the T6.2 Ranger. There's also a digital instrument cluster and what look to be nice, tall bolstered, comfortable seats with Wildtrak inscriptions. Moving further down the side, this vehicle wears really dark gloss grey wheels, Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tyres, and here's what has basically been the party trick at the reveal of the T6.2 Ranger, a step integrated into the side of the ute. Ford said that in the customer clinics they've been running for the past 5 years on the design of this vehicle, they were finding people were standing on top of the tyre of their ute in order to tie things down or locate things securely at the back of the box, as Ford calls it, or the tray as the rest of us do. This step is going to make that safer and easier and harder to slip off. Moving around the back of the ute is probably the angle where the T6.2 has changed the least, but we do have different tail light graphics. We now have Ranger stamped into the tailgate. We've got a flexible tie-down solution all around the edges of the tray. We've got substantially more lighting around the vehicle, which is designed to help you see snakes at the campsite and puddles that you don't want to step into with your white sneakers, I guess. For more detail on the powertrains, interior, four-wheel drive systems, and release date of the 2022 Ford Ranger, be sure to check out my full reveal video here on the Chasing Cars channel and all of our stories at chasingcars.com.au. So that's a look at the exterior of the vehicle. We're probably going to see a Raptor in February next year, and then we'll be able to drive this thing in a couple of months' time as well. All pretty exciting, but I'm keen to know what you reckon. Let me know down below this video in the comments. Are you going to consider the new 2022 Ford Ranger, potentially with the V6 diesel engine if you decide to go that way? While you're there, make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell. And as always, thanks for watching Chasing Cars.